Okay, oh, did I introduce you to Ryan yet? I just realized I probably did not. This is Ryan.
It's great to meet you.
We're here at Bar Marco. We love this place. We want to put on a concert. We had this interesting idea about pairing drinks to go with some of the music that we're performing. This all has to do with storytelling. We'll talk about love, loss, gratitude. Some of the music is newer, some of it is 200 years old. We thought it'd be really cool to come here and talk through the different pieces of music we're playing and see if you have ideas, suggestions.
If you had to make a drink, that drink Smetana, that represented totality of an entire lifetime. It's an autobiographical piece. Like, what would that drink look like? More movements. In the first movement, it's all about youthful enthusiasm. You can sort of hear this teenage angst is full of intensity. He actually played polka.
He was Czech, so it's like their national.
He's really into polka. And the second movement, basically a polka, first string quartet. It's very joyful. Someone's life is not all full of happiness. Third movement, this is the heart of the work. Takes us to a really different type of character. It remembers his first wife who had died, full of emotion and remembrance. In the last movement, it's pretty crazy, almost manic, party-like atmosphere. Exciting, joyful, this really long, intense, piercing tone rings out. He had lost his hearing towards the end of his life, so you can hear that written in the music that represents the ringing in his ears.
I want there to be 4 elements here. When you were talking about the first part, angsty intensity, just reminds me of Scotch. The Johnny Red. Thank you. Scotch likes orange, Scotch likes lemon, apple. This is a really lovely apple liqueur. You did these 3, maybe a little bit of vermouth and bitters.
Yeah, that is pleasant.
Alrighty.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
That's kind of Smetana's experience, is that he's had his whole life. Kind of at the end, all that he's left with is this one note.
Get this lingering
Cause
apple.
the difference is the apple tastes good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you like you enjoy.
El Balcón. It's the most accessible to, let's say, even someone who doesn't know anything about classical music. There are a lot of elements of pop, folk for sure. It's much shorter. It's also sort of mysterious, and it's the lightest one. We hold our instruments like guitars, and we strum.
The whistling comes in.
We sing while we play. The other ones, maybe they're more hinting at a story, but this one is just following a narrative. Our mom, she's from Mexico City. She passed away in 2006. She used to tell us the story. When she was a little girl, she woke up in the middle of the night, she heard a noise, walked out to her balcony, she fell over the edge. She was able to grab on, but was losing strength quickly. Right when she thought she was going to fall, she felt something push her back up onto the balcony. That was really a moving and important experience for her. When we were young, we'd hear the story. Now as an adult, I have all these questions I wish I could talk to her about. It could be a scene in a movie or something like that.
Like, this is the more playful one, even though the story itself is not super playful. It's uplifting in the way that she would say it. Something light, like you said, light, short, accessible, playful even with like these different tones. Tequila, mezcal, obviously. Very smoky. The way that they make mezcal is they like score the plant itself and they bury it over coals, so that's where that smokiness is coming from. With anything light, I like to do a flipped spirit. The modifiers, be it vermouth, any of the juices, syrups, things of the sort, kind of being secondary to the spirit. donut. This is the Rosati aperitivo. This is not a Mexican spirit. This is a great aperitivo. It's orange blossom hibiscus. It has a lot of these flavors that tie in, like tequila loves, obviously lime, orange, kind of any of the citrus fruits. I kind of prefer when you have something so fruity like this, especially when you're doing something lighter, to use a stronger flavor. This is lemon and mint oil we made in-house. When I do longer drinks with soda, I think it's like a nice mouthfeel experience to have oil in the drink itself. So this is Mezcal, Rosati, Lillet Blanc, which is very similar to like a vermouth, and then soda water.
So delicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. It's great. That's a hit.
Beethoven, Opus 132. Completely transcendent. 5 movements. I do not turn that into a drink. Beethoven opens the work with movements that are pensive, brooding, dark, maybe thin, cold. 2nd and 4 are kind of like summer Viennese vacation, walking along in the park with a parasol. Very, very middle, calls it a holy song of thankfulness, which Beethoven wrote after he became very ill and he recovered. Church modes, open, very pure sounding, religious. It really sounds heavenly.
If you're out on a desert island and you can only hear one piece of music, what would you take with you? I think it would be fair. A lot of musicians would choose that.
Piece you feel like elated, joyful, giddy even. This should be the tastiest of all 3. But I'm thinking like orgeat. I'm thinking something like milky and rich with cognac. I kind of like the idea of drawing this line between orgeat and like this thankfulness, is kind of like the richness of the piece. This is passion fruit juice. These are tiki bitters. This is just a so molasses, cooking spice, honey, clove, allspice. Cinnamon is always there at that party. A lot of these kind of like warm, spicy flavors. So lime juice, orgeat, almond milk, cognac, cinnamon, sugar. Oh my god. That's really lovely. Yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's really good. That's my favorite of the 3, I think.
It's just so much fun. So much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for doing this with me. This is a lot of fun.